Good morning, world, and welcome to the Dewey Defeats Truman podcast, taped a little prematurely, hopefully not, but this will come out. This is Thursday before the Friday announcement that Bisbee has won the best historic small town in America.
Yeah.
Thank you, killer termites, you motherfuckers. You make me proud every goddamn time, and I try to not misuse you. At the polling closed on that USA Today thing on Monday morning?
No, it's Sunday on the 24th.
No, it was Monday morning. The polling closed at 9 o'clock, and we were at number one right up until the last second. And then as soon as it closed, hey, check back in 5 days or 4 days to see the results. And like we know the results. Yeah. It was just we were number one, and then it closed.
2 seconds before it closed, you reported back as we're number one. Thanks for voting. Vote again.
And we talked about this in the car. Hey, Chad Shank is here. Ggreg Chaille is here. Bingo Bingaman is here in case she has something she wants to chime in with. We talked about this. If we were the USA Today, yeah, you're not going to tell them immediately because. You know, if it were a big deal, which it is to us, but if it were a big deal on another level, they'd want the scoop. Like, you can't just start sending out press conferences or press releases.
There has to be a crafting. I mean, they just don't throw it out there. And plus, this whole thing is eyeballs on a webpage. That's all this is.
I know it's a scam, but
way more important to us than anyone else.
All I noticed was that they suggested that I vote for best po' boy in South Carolina, but I didn't have any direction on that voting, so I wasn't sure exactly.
Yeah, they also had best green chili cheeseburger in New Mexico.
Oh, come on.
We're in league with that. It's that high honor.
Yeah.
But it was fun for us. And again, Dewey defeats Truman. If you don't get the reference, well, then you're young and you have things to live for. So there is a chance that we could get fucked by the USA Today. Maybe one of you set up a bot or something dumb, which we tried to tell you not to do.
We were
Just
explicit.
Vote. Yes.
And that we wanted to win this with actual organic votes.
Yeah, shitloads of organic votes.
Yeah.
I know you guys didn't care, and that's the great thing. And I will go to a city council on Tuesday.
Hold on.
They care about us.
They care that Bisbee is where you live, and they want to support Bisbee.
You know what? There's a fucking guy, because I did another 3 days no smoking, no drinking, just to get my fucking hands to stop shaking.
Cheers.
And some guy that's in town, he's a fan. He's like, hey, I'd love to have a beer with you, but if not, that's cool. And I told him, listen, I have my fucking settle down period going on, but he's in town, so I'm gonna fucking at the break, I'm gonna email him back and say, hey, you can come over for the podcasting.
He lives here? Or is he
No,
staying?
he's visiting through tomorrow.
Is he staying at the?
No, he's not, because I think he has a kid. So I'm gonna have to tell him, no fucking kids. Leave your wife at the hotel with the kid, or leave the kid in the hot car. Yeah, Ichabod will take care of the kid. He'll babysit.
We'll put a sandbox
in
at
a
the
hot
top
car.
of the on the other side of the gate.
So yeah, I went to city council. If you follow the Twitter feed, and tried to jam in this like big, hey, let's vote for Bisbee. If you don't know, because you're the mayor and you don't use social networking. It's fucking sad, honestly. And hey, coming up later in the podcast, Derrick and Kenny will be delivering their 3-point plan, because I didn't think they could remember 5. We'll just tell them, yeah, what their platforms are. And so we will decide later who gets the credit, aside from the killer termites. But in the mayoral race, Derrick for mayor or Kenny for mayor will... They'll debate for your vote. We'll figure that out. We'll explain that. Chaille knows how we're going to do this voting poll.
Well, I'm finding out as you say it.
Well, I think you can just do a poll on Twitter.
Poll.
Yeah, but you don't usually tease a segment early in the podcast for later in the podcast. This is very. I like this. This is very presidential of you, Mr.
I have
Trump.
a whole list of shit. Oh, this fucking jacket. Thank you, Herb Leg, who sent you. I think he sent you a Bible. I've been a little
I got that.
out of sorts.
We got a bunch of thank yous.
All right, we'll do the thank yous later. This jacket and it's a fucking monster. Plaid, yellow, and navy blue.
You said killer termite when I walked into the Funhouse. I'm like, those are the colors, but you meant a killer termite scented.
Yeah, a fan. I hate the word fan. Killer termite is way better. A killer termite sent this jacket, so I'm going to wear this to city council on Tuesday. I went there to promote voting for the thing, and
the historic small town.
Yeah, they cut me off because I hit my 3-minute mark. Which
at 1:24,
something like that. Yeah. That's when they gave me the 1 minute notice.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was bullshit. I didn't get to finish my speech, which was again Dewey defeats Truman, where I was going to thank the killer termites for making us #1 a week before it happened. So now on Tuesday, I'll be able to go in.
Call to the public is
it's
right
the
before.
Call to the public, where anyone can go up and say nonsense for 3 minutes. And they're lucky as fuck that I know that I live here and I have to, I don't shit where I eat for the most part. Because
there'd be a lot
just
of shitting.
The football fanatics, our crowd, we could filibuster the shit out of Call to the Public. 3 minutes of all of us Andy Kaufmaning and just reading a book. Hey, Digging Up Mother. We could do the audio book of Digging Up Mother
3 minutes at a time.
That's brilliant.
Available on Bisbee.com.
DiscoverBisbee.com.
DiscoverBisbee.com.
That's the tourism site. The head of tourism. That was one of those moments where I go, like human chicken drop, where I go, ooh, we could do the audiobook to city council read by. All right. Write it down,
at least
Chaille.
the teasers.
It's on my hand.
Everyone just wrote that on their hand. I love that. So I will go up city council wearing this jacket from a killer termite on Tuesday night. Maybe we Periscope it. We'll definitely film it. Did we ever get the footage? No, online. We didn't of the last. We have footage from Tracy and someone else of the last city council where they shut me off before I could finish at 3 minutes because
I got it.
I have the other one where you took the persona of Southern gentleman.
Yeah, I Ron Whited it.
Yeah,
that's the one.
So that's not you doing the killer termites thing.
I didn't get to the killer termites.
Okay.
I was saying that we're in this running for this dumb
I have
online
the week
contest.
I have the council before, which is you.
No,
I've
that's
got this
the
whole one, honey. I took
They're
it
every
back.
other Tuesday.
Yeah, I've got two, or there were two. I got the first one, and then you guys did this other one.
No, we only did one. The only one I ever affected a Southern. Oh wait, no, you're right.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I didn't want to tell you that Chaille was right, but I knew he was right.
Thanks for the support, Chad.
Well, I was going to chime in and whatever he didn't come
Sorry,
up with.
I forget about the homeless one. The homeless lunch in the park.
That was it. I was trying
We'll
to
get
remember
all
the
of this
details.
shit on YouTube.
No,
what's our YouTube?
Stanhope TV is our YouTube channel, and the guy that I can't remember.
Every
his name.
time your mother dies, nothing gets done.
A lot got done. We had a bunch of we did this campaign while my mother was dead, and she's still dead.
Well, those videos aren't up, and she's not dead enough.
Well, I don't even have some of the videos, so we can argue about this later. Did you want to say
all
something
this
about
on the YouTube channel, Stanhope
yes,
TV?
absolutely. Did you want to? Were you going to segue into the eBay yard sale or something?
No,
Okay.
I got my beats, baby.
Yeah,
right there. No, I was going to segue into
keep going.
The China clip, China the wrestler. If you are around for the year, I did the China in a San Francisco hotel room story. Well, then she died, and it just so happened I have a special coming out somewhere at some point called Doug Stanhope No Place Like Home or something like that. We filmed it here in Bisbee in November at the Royale. Beautiful little theater. And since we had the camera crew, we filmed a special in the Funhouse, Pop Off Vodka Presents. And if you know that whole routine, that was filmed here in the Funhouse. Since we had camera crew around anyway, and we had just rebuilt the Funhouse, we go, hey, let's try filming a special in here. And it was fucking fantastic. I mean, it was more fun than the real special because it was
a
like
lot
30,
more fun than-
30
yeah.
people in here, 35 people, and just jammed in here with a little makeshift stage big enough for one person. And I did that special was just like shit I had to cut out of the last special for time. So it's a full special, and the China bit, which is like 12, 13 minutes long, was on that. And I'm like, oh, perfect time we'll just release a segment of the China segment from Papa Vodka Presents. And then if there's massive demand for it, we'll release the rest. And we'll just put it on iTunes. I don't know if we'll make hard copies of some kind. Anyway, there's 40 more minutes of that special we filmed in here that's been sitting in the vault waiting for a reason, and China was the reason. So the China clip is on YouTube. I don't know, just go to YouTube,
It's up now?
Stanhope TV. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They
on
put it
Stanhope
up?
TV.
Oh, fucking great.
Hennigan played it for us.
Yeah.
Before he released it, and he like, now look, there may have been something, the crackling or this. I heard nothing. I just heard the fucking jokes. I don't understand what the holdup was unless we were waiting for China to die. Because it sounds fantastic. I can't wait.
Well,
I mean,
China
everything was
dying
fine.
really forced our hand where I go, we got to get this out now. And he's going to go to the people who have it's out on audio only now.
Yes.
They got to finish editing up the filmed version, which will get it all out.
That was what it was. It was, there was something with the video portion that they were working on. And I'm like, is this done? And he's like, no, listen. And I'm like, but I'm not watching it. I'm listening to it. It sounds great.
Well, when China died, I called him drunk, and he was in Florida for some strange Hennigan reason that he never tells you where exactly he's going or why. I go, well, I booked another drunk vacation, so I won't be here from the this to the that.
He books all these drunk vacations, but we don't see him drunk.
Well, yeah, he drinks alone at home the way he should. Well, he lives in L.A. He doesn't want to make a spectacle of himself in front of people that matter, and that's a good thing that a lot of my comic friends should take a page from. Yes. So I was panicking about the China thing. Like, we got to get this out now while it's, the 24 hours that it's newsworthy.
Trending.
And then fucking Prince died for me. Like, all right, put China on the back shelf for a while. Let the Prince thing run its course, and then we can, hey, remember China? What about China? So, please share that. That's a 13-minute bit that's a precursor to the inevitable release of Pop-Off Vodka Presents. Still trying to get that cease and desist. Do we still have Pop-Off Vodka Presents merch?
Yes.
Like t-shirts?
T-shirts.
Good. Well, that's a good time to plug it. That's your job. Go ahead.
I'm a little confused. When are you going to release the Prince material that you have?
So, I think it was Travis Lipsky, fucking brilliant comic. I think it was him. Someone said, "Oh, Prince," and I go, "To be fair, China gave me 14 minutes of material. Prince never mentioned it in 25 years of comedy, so I'm feeling more warmth for China, the wrestler." So I guess, hey, buy my book, pre-order it. It's coming out like now. Like in
May 4th, I've got the delivery date.
Yeah, someone said I get a delivery date of tomorrow, which is like the 29th of April. So I don't know. It's coming out soon. So just pre-order the motherfucker because it's important. Well, I'm waiting for the audio. It's just you steal the audio, buy the book, and give it to a friend because pre-orders matter as far as getting on like bestseller lists and shit like that people care about. If the DeCapo Press, my publisher, if they saw the amount of tweets and time I spent promoting some dumb top 10 contest for Bisbee with zero mention of please pre-order my book. Sorry about that, DeCapo Press, but I get a lot of shit in the works, and that dumb contest and watching the killer termites work was just far more satisfying. But I know we gotta get sales. I want to be on Oprah. You know who I heard today? I want to be on Terry Gross on NPR, like seriously dissecting the book and asking me what it. Now, when your mother passed, or just any of the, and again, if anyone's worried that this is just some book about my mother, it's not. There's some shit in there. Mother helped sell it.
Mother helped bridge the gap between non-Stanhope fans. You're hoping that
it's using my mother as a timeline for my fucked up life.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I saw mother in a headline, a title of a book, boring. Oh, and then I loved her, or she beat me. I don't give a fuck about your mother. Tell me the dirt. There's a lot of dirt in there, but not so much that I can't write another book that is all the fucking dirt.
Wow.
So yeah, if there's another project for the killer termites, buy my fucking book. Or here's the thing: when you go on Amazon, Johnny Depp did the forward for it.
Or Barnes and Noble. We've got links up on the website.
Johnny Depp or Barnes and Noble.
No, you said go on Amazon
or Barnes and Noble or
yes.
wherever you buy it. On Amazon it says written by Doug Stanhope and Johnny Depp. And I assume and I called Brian when I first saw it. I go, it's completely irresponsible to write. And then I go, fuck it.
I didn't see nothing.
So, hey, killer termites, if you want a fun one, go to whoever. Anytime we've posted pictures like with me and Johnny Depp, you'll get these weird Twitter Johnny Depp fan Twitter accounts. Find those and just tweet at them. Oh, Johnny Depp wrote. Just put the link in. Find the Johnny Depp weird fan pages and put links to the book and say, evidently Johnny wrote a book with Doug Stanhope or whatever with the Amazon link.
Love it. It can't wait.
Say Johnny Depp and Doug Stanhope and Johnny Depp. Or just say, I guess he wrote something weird about them being gay in a forward or just anything.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, just get the Johnny Depp.
It's Johnny Depp's Florida birthday show.
T-shirts still available, by the way, at DougStanhope.com, Comedy Killers. That would have been great. Put Johnny Depp's picture on that Comedy Killers T-shirt. Just to go like on the next level.
Spread that China clip and the book. Yeah, fuck with the Johnny Depp fans. Yeah, the quiver need 16-year-olds that watch all the Pirates movies. Find those people on Twitter or Instagram or fucking
span the market.
Chumster.
Maybe
that's a
they'll
Henry
get it,
Phillips reference.
They'll buy it just for that.
Yeah,
it's still a 1. It's still a 1 in the win column.
Yeah. So that's it. We got to take a break, and we will be back with some other shit, and eventually, Kenny and Derrick for mayor. They're a no-brainer. Please hold. Hey, if you're coming to Bisbee, and a lot of people tweet me that they are, if you're not a comic, I don't really pay that much attention. But if you are staying here, the rule still stands. If you're coming to Bisbee, stay at the Shady Dell if it's available, and I will step away from my book and come have a beer with you. Even Ichabod says, yay on the Shady Dell. TheShadyDell.com, TheShadyDell.com. It's a vintage trailer park. Trailers done to the nines, just like it's 1958. You're gonna love it. I will come down. I'll have cocktails with you. Maybe we burn a steak. I don't know. But stay there. If you're in town and I'm in town, I will see you there. And now back to the podcast, already in drudgery. Hey, killer termites! We just had a fantastic drop-in. The Fuhrer of Bisbee Tourism, the director of Bisbee Tourism, the head, the chief,
Emperor of Tourism,
Emperor of Bisbee Tourism, the one that clued me into this USA Today poll of the best historic small town in America. Jen Luria, ladies and gentlemen. Jen Luria. Applause makes everything better.
So great.
I know,
Thank
it's
you.
good. You
Yeah.
can shill it so easy.
Every time I walk in, will you guys just do that from here
Yes.
on out?
Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Because we are now officially, unofficially, prematurely designated the best small historic town in America by the largest newspaper in America, except for the Wall Street Journal. Who reads that?
Is that still a paper?
Evidently. And I only knew about that because it's at Bisbee Info.
Correct.
That's how I found out about it. No one, including the mayor, knew about it.
Nope.
And so now we rocketed into first place, and barring some kind of hijinks,
Or some technicality that we're not even aware of.
if there is some bullshit technicality, you're going to have all those people that were voting tweeting the USA Today going, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. It'll get nasty, I'm sure.
It'll get ugly.
They might as well just keep us number one just because.
Yes. So this is all due to you, Jen Luria.
Not me.
Well, I mean, you started it.
What?
You started it.
Made us aware of it.
And luckily you saw that and were able to sick the killer termites onto this project.
So if you would like to make an official statement thanking the killer termites, go right ahead.
All right.
Just make some
I would
bullshit
like-
up.
I would like to officially thank all you killer termites out there.
On behalf of
Doug Stanhope.
of the
You-
Fuhrer of
you
you.
suck them
the-
on there.
As the Fuhrer of Bisbee tourism.
The Tourism Czar of Bisbee.
And they're all welcome to stay at your house. What's your address?
Nope. We always give yours.
What we're going to do, and you with all of your accolades, not accolades, your status, your strength, your power, you hereby declare May 29th, we did not pick randomly. May 29th is what I'm going to say to City Council is officially Killer Termites Day in Bisbee. I'm not going to wait for the mayor to okay it. We have the fucking power here. Power to the people.
Yeah.
We are going to declare
Gay pride,
May
white power.
29th, Gay pride, white power.
Wrong speech.
Yeah, that's
So, I thought that was what we always
Not yet,
chanted.
not yet.
No, that's we're getting the decor here. Jen, if you notice, we have.
I see it's starting to.
Someone sent us some
Scale,
like colored only vintage plaques, like reproductions of actual shit, and I go, I can't put those up without offsetting it. So I get all the gay signs to go with it, and then I get other racist signs. We're going to be the Funhouse Museum of Tolerance. So we have
Yes.
a colored only no white sign that's going up. We have no Indians served after sundown vintage plaque. We have sexist signs. We have World War II anti-Japanese, the
Perfect.
Japanese with the big teeth propaganda signs. We get a
Also-
lot.
So see, Bisbee's so progressive, but here you're, adding in this
wouldn't it
other,
be the Museum of Intolerance Awareness?
ooh,
you go.
that's
Yeah,
good.
I like
That's
that.
good.
Spin Doctor. Chad Shank.
Chad Shank.
So the reason we picked May 29th is what's coming up on Sundays?
Oh, baseball.
Baseball's back.
This
and
year.
in the best way, because Bisbee, no one gives a fuck about baseball. So every year they have fielded a team. It went to shit because they're all artists here, or they just don't give a fuck. So
They don't give a fuck 3 times a week. That's the problem.
What they
Only
were doing
3?
What? No.
no, they were used to
Every
do,
week they would
every
do
week,
games.
5 games over 3 days. They'd do a double header on the weekends and then a Thursday night. Now we have a Tucson team, the Tucson Saguaros. They can actually field a team, but they're going to come down on Sundays and play their home games in Bisbee at 1:00 in the afternoon. I'm going to miss the opening game because I got to do Ari Shafir's show in LA. So May 29th, I'll be back for the Killer Termites opening day celebration. So if you're in the region, 1:00, May 29th against the Alpine Cowboys, we will be out in Strempf
Full strength.
to support. We're calling them the Killer Termites. They are the Bisbee Killer Termites, which is on the Bisbee Wikipedia page in red. Because we
What's
told,
red mean?
Yeah.
meaning no verification.
Oh.
Last year, since there was no,
Okay.
That's why my page was taken down. It was all in red.
Not for long.
Yeah, not for long.
well, when the Tucson Saguaros come down, we're going to refer to them as the Killer Termites, the Bisbee Killer Termites. We're going to suit them up in T-shirts. We'll get a picture with the team. Every Sunday through, I think, July 22nd, the Tucson Saguaros / Bisbee Killer Termites will be playing at 1 p.m. on Sundays through July 22nd. And anytime I'm in town, we'll be there at 1 p.m. We're loud, we're proud, we're drunk. Bring your sneaky flask.
Always.
I think it might cost you $5 to get in.
We will update your website once I get the schedule from them so that we can let everyone know when the games are going to be. Because even we don't
have
know.
our favorite player already. I found one of their players on
You are
on
doing
Twitter.
everything except what you're supposed to be doing.
I should be
Ultimate
editing my
distraction.
pilot. I should be pushing
There's
the
so
special.
much you should be doing. Thank you notes to everyone who helped out with the book.
Yeah,
Just something.
Thank you for selling my book. I was selling Bisbee and $5 baseball games instead of working on my career. But I will be back on the road soon. In fact, I think. Go ahead. What do you got?
Were you going to say something?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, to be fair, I still don't think people come and watch baseball games in Bisbee. I think people come and watch us watch baseball games.
That's the beauty of it.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
Heckle
exactly.
the fuck out of the other team.
my God.
we
we
have
do
fun.
research on them as much as you can do in 7A baseball. I don't know.
The attendance will be amazing
What was
this
Chad-
year. If
Well,
you
it's
guys
only
do that.
one game a week, and we can get all the one block Ben and April
Oh,
can
yeah.
come. It's perfect.
Hey Doug, what was Tracy doing that I almost had to walk out? She was like heckling the pitcher. Hey batter, but she was
You were
she
being a
didn't-
dick about that.
Oh, I totally
She was great.
Yeah,
The
no,
only
she's
time-
fantastic. I almost had to walk out.
Only time I ever almost walked out was when Shawcroft was there drunk, and she's yelling racist stuff, and then trying to. You know, when you say something racist, Shawnee's here, you get the, and they go, and then they try to explain, well, I'm just saying, because it's, well, she was yelling this from the stand. She yelled something racist and then tried to, like, apologize. No, what I'm saying is that because that was a joke against race.
It's worse. Stop talking. It's worse. It's
It's
worse.
way worse.
So for no other reason, let's see what what kind of mojo Tracy's got this season, because she's had some time to brush up. She's a hockey fan. She doesn't really know how baseball works, and it is evident.
We're gonna
Slam
have a
him
blast.
against the
And
wall.
if-
Slam
totally.
him.
If you do come for a Bisbee Killer Termites game, dress up. If you don't have a Killer Termites jersey available now at DougStanhope.com merch page, just dress up in something weird, because we'll creep out Tucson as much as the visiting teams, and we'll be the only place that they actually get a crowd. Because even in Tucson, they get their family and a baby crying
Yeah.
at best for a heckler.
It really throws them off their game. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I already figured out my first game day. We talked about it. I'm not going to tip it, but
Your
the
outfit?
Your
Saguaros is
outfit?
definitely Saguaros, green
Oh,
and
yeah.
yellow.
Saguaros, but it's spelled with a G.
It's not Saguaro?
Yeah, it's spelled that way.
No.
It's pronounced Saguaro. Jesus.
Really?
Silent G.
How long do you have to live?
Well, I don't
on the
know.
border?
You've been here a little bit, but
I'm not here a lot.
We're 25 miles away from the border, according to a very detailed, flawed, but otherwise fantastic write-up about Chad Shank. I'll show you after we get off, Jen. Chad Shank got written up in Canton. It's Canton Repository, but the website is cantonrep.com. This is some entertainment writer who I've done interviews with that interviewed Chad Shank and got a 5-page online write-up.
DJ Lasco.
BJ.
BJ Lisco.
BJ. Yeah.
I got it totally wrong.
Yeah.
Kind of like
BJ
him.
Lisco. BJ Lisco is the guy that wrote it. And he fucked up a bunch of details that
25
don't matter.
miles from the border.
He has 4 daughters, and his wife's named Laura or Lori or something.
That's all good shit. People don't need to know all the details.
Yeah,
anyway,
maybe he was
so-
doing him
Yeah.
a favor.
I thought he might have
I
been.
thought
and
he changed the name on purpose.
protection.
Good.
And
Appreciate
we
it.
do this online.
But everything else is, all the meat is accurate. It's just silly details. But that's why I never read my own articles, because I get... He said he's the winner of the Montreal Comedy Festival. There was no winner. Well, I didn't say that. He wrote that. So I get pissed off. But that's fucking brilliant. Thank you. Any other journalists want to...
help us get rid of the red text on
Wikipedia.
Chad's
you
Wikipedia.
will you do a podcast via phone? It stinks. I never do them. I don't do
Just
anything
say
via
yes.
phone.
Just say yes, Chad.
Will I? You
Yeah.
asking me?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll do whatever we're doing.
Good. Good.
Just say yes.
I just fucking come over and hang
say
out
yes.
and do stuff.
Yeah, it's really no different than if you just came over here and drank. We just put a microphone in front of you and hook up a speaker.
I had some great segue into just one silly thing I wanted to say, and I go, "Oh, that segues into that. It's something about you." I know what it is. I just don't have a smooth segue. But Officer Bob Friendly, and you will be doing a police beat on this, right? We
Yeah, we got one.
All right, good. You're marking it up. He stopped by the other night and he said, "Yeah, I have some keys down at the station with your name on them. They've been there for a while." And I go, "How do you have keys to one of my cars?" And so I go, "I'll pick them up." I forget everything.
Oh, your guest
Hang
is
on,
here.
our guest is here, and this is.
Keep going. You got it.
No, I'll get back to it. But the reason, what's his name again? Dave something? Dave, what's your name?
Dave, what's your name?
Dave, what's your name?
Nice shirt, Dave.
David Bernal.
Bernal, that's right.
Bernal, how's
Hi,
everybody?
Dave.
And he's wearing a Shady Dell t-shirt.
I bought a Shady Dell.
Designed by your finest.
Shady Dell. This is the great thing about the Shady Dell. The running, and I fucked someone over on it this week, but he was polite about it because I had to go through a non-drinking phase of 2 days. But if you stay at the Shady Dell, I will come and have a beer with you if I'm in town. And I had to fuck a guy over on that, and he was completely understanding because I had to have a couple days away from cocktails and cigarettes. And the reason that Dave is not staying at the Shady Dell, one of the best things about the Shady Dell, Dave's got a kid. He's got a 3-year-old.
No 3-year-olds.
And no children allowed at the Shady Dell. 18 and up, motherfucker. And it's because these vintage trailers are built to the T. All vintage everything. Your teacup, your fucking glasses, every part of the Shady Dell. And kids chew on that shit. Or they draw on it with crayons. And it's not like a Super 8 where, we can replace a flat screen. No, it's 'cause my kids' fucking lip marks are all over.
I don't know. When I first met you, you broke a glass that was a part of a set of 5, and I was very upset. I didn't know who you were at the time.
Who makes a set of 5?
And what did I do?
Because
Just fix
another one
the
was already
set.
broken, so there's still 5 left.
So, what did I do? For
You-
months or years, every time I found something
did.
vintage
You
at
dropped
a
it
thrift
off.
store, I'd bring it by the
That was
Shady
amazing.
Dell. Because you do break glass.
And from that point on, only 2 glasses were in every unit. From that
Good.
point,
Save the
going
other 3
forward.
for fuck-ups. So Dave is staying in town, and I was trying to keep my shit clean, but we had to podcast tonight for tomorrow, Bisbee. You only got on Twitter to talk to me. Am I wrong?
I started a Twitter just because you always talk about. I never had a Twitter before I got.
I
into
know. I
you,
looked
so.
at your. You have 8 tweets, and they're all to me.
Yeah, they are.
And I felt really bad.
I'm not
You're-
big on social media, so.
Good. Well, it was you were promoting the vote for Bisbee.
Oh, fun. We voted the shit out of that. Man. We
Nice.
did.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
This is Jen. She runs the Ministry of Tourism here
Ooh, I like that.
in the big giant Bisbee City Hall. She's got the corner office on the 36th.
They don't even
floor.
allow they don't allow me in there. I'm in the mine tour.
What?
I'm the only city employee that's not in City Hall. You
Well,
should
you
come
know
to my
what?
office.
City's about to change, and after this break, we're going to get to Kenny and Derrick for mayor,
Yes.
and you're going to see some of the shit that's about to go down when there's a regime change.
Bring Jen back to City
Dave,
Hall.
thank you for your support. We were just doing this thank you, Killer Termites, for making Bisbee #1 prematurely because it's not official till the morning.
Sure.
But we want this podcast to go out with the official notice. So I felt like a dick. I got to get a hold of that Dave Bernal guy that I was going to blow off for my own sobriety and healthy living. Fuck that. Killer Termites deserve their leader to die.
Here's his free drink.
Free drink. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
All right, I just gotta finish this story quickly because it's kind of funny. Officer Bob Friendly told me that I had car keys down at the cop shop, and I said, "Oh, I don't know why I would, and that doesn't make a lot of sense." So I wrote on my hand, "Police keys." In Sharpie, because that's how I remember shit. I write it on my hand and hope I look at my hand at some point. And like a week later, he comes by. He goes, "I thought I'd just drop him off." And I go, "Oh, yeah, I was going to do that." And I still had police keys written on my hand a week later, which shows you how often I shower.
Yeah.
And so he brought the keys, and there's a tag, and it says Doug Stanhope. And I said, "What? How does?" And he goes, "Well," I go, "Why would my name be on it?" Like, Bingo had the car towed once. She parked in the wrong place a couple of years ago. And I go, maybe it has to be from that where they towed the car. But why? I would notice when I went to pick up the car that there's no keys in it. I have other keys, but I never. He goes, I go, "Why would Doug Stanhope be on there if it was Bingo?" And he goes, "Well, they run the plates." And then I remembered Bingo, like a couple months ago, had the car parked down at the clinic a couple blocks away. Just parked it there, and then someone else drove, and it just sat there overnight. And then she went back to get it, and she goes, "Someone broke in to the car." Didn't break in, it's fucking unlocked. The keys are in the ignition. He goes, "If the keys are in the ignition, they would," and someone called it in, "we'd go and take the keys." And I go, "Oh, that makes perfect sense," because Bingo said someone took the keys, but they also left a pair of weird, old-fashioned, like reading glasses, spectacles, prescription spectacles, and stole her dildo. Her dildo was in there from the pilot shoot when we had all the dildos, and she took her dildo out of the bunch and had it on the seat. So some cop went in.
That's a fair trade.
Left some old-fashioned spectacles, stole her dildo.
Ooh.
We assume. So Officer Bob Friendly, we want to know who recovered these keys to try to recoup our dildo. Or, maybe we'll just buy a new one. Who knows where it's been now?
Say, was your name engraved on it?
No, but we'll get one. We'll get one in the mail now that we mentioned it with an engraved
You're welcome.
Bingo Bingaman on the side of it. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Derrick. Oh, no, don't light that. You're lighting it backwards. See, that's Kenny for Mayor almost lit the filter. Kenny for Mayor versus Derrick for Mayor when we come back on the Doug Stanhope Celebrates the Killer Termites. They're a no-brainer. We'll be right back. Hey, you miserable cunts. You want to ever see me again? You go to the Stanhope store at DougStanhope.com. We have new vinyl, something to take the edge off on vinyl. That's right, something to take the edge off on vinyl. Drunk with Power pint glasses and Stanhope shot glasses, as well as T-shirts. Pop Off Vodka Presents, which is coming out as I believe we're going to put that on iTunes. We filmed that in the Funhouse. So Pop Off Vodka Presents, we have to sell those before we put the shit out because we will get the cease and desist. The Doug Stanhope Podcast T-shirts. Abortion is Green is back by popular demand. Death of a Salesman as well. And we got stickers, CDs, DVDs, and now The Doug Stanhope store at dougstanhope.com. Open 24 hours. People are doing methamphetamine and staying up. You never know what hour. So please, go to the merch store at dougstanhope.com and buy some shit. It keeps Chaille here. It keeps the podcast going. And you want that shit. And anything else you want, we'll make. Bye. Chad Shank is out there risking his young life to give us the beats of the police. Give me a beat, Kenny. Kenny's not here. All right. Chad Shank, what's going on the mean streets of Bisbee, Arizona, in the Bisbee Observer right now?
Doug, an ex was in Safeway making hand motions toward the caller like he was punching her in the face.
Like the letter X?
Like an ex-boyfriend, I'm assuming.
Thought police, get out of my fucking head.
I only mention this one because of the next one. A male and female subject were going from car to car in the Safeway parking lot, and the male subject fell down. So I don't know if they're related or not, other than both being in Safeway parking lot.
Mimes were beating the fuck out of each other at Safeway. Not the first time. What else you got, Chad?
A camper with Idaho plates blocked the roadway in front of Tui's Noodle Shop.
I believe that's Tweez.
Tweez.
I don't know Tweez,
No,
so I call him Tui.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tweez Noodle Shop. You know what? Vietnam vet. Where
Which side was he on?
He's blocking commerce?
Tweez
or
Vietnamese, the Vietnamese restaurant.
Pho.
And whoever was
Fantastic
blocking
pho.
the fucking view of the restaurant, obviously a vet. Wear the cap, take the ride.
Was it a box man or some?
They were from Idaho, is all we know.
Yeah.
Yep,
No,
yep.
yeah, it
White
was a truck. It was a
supremacist
truck.
capital and the least black people. In
Truck with a
America.
gun rack.
Seems racist.
Well, it's working for Idaho.
A Palominas caller stated she found an 8-month-old cow, all black, with white on its belly, wearing a black halter and a bell.
That goes right back to it. Mixed race, black on the belly, white on top. It ain't right. It's not right. Separate the cows.
Wait, what color was the collar? It is.
How did they know the age of the cow right away?
Saw it in half, count the rings. I don't know. Chad, what else is going on the mean streets of Bisbee?
A Palominas woman stated someone broke into her house and left a red robe in her closet while taking a bunch of her bags.
I got nothing.
No, are you aware of this? You're not aware of the red robe burglar? No, it's been huge in the Sierra Vista beat.
The whatever mountains?
Mule.
Mule Mountain beat. Yeah, the Red Robe burglar. All right, we're drunk.
It's very
but
expensive.
Chad is not drunk, except he's very drunk. Where's his other police beat?
You got to talk in the mic. What are you doing? He hasn't finished yet. He knows how to do
He's
this.
got 2 police beats.
Wait, hold on. He still hasn't finished with this one.
I was trying to mark this one so that when he introduced it would be finally, but I fucking completely failed, obviously.
You know what? We might be drunk, but we're not dangerous like Bisbee's dangerous. What else is going on?
Doug, a neighbor on Hovland Street yelled at the caller's dog. She asked the woman not to talk to her dog, to which she responded by calling her names.
This is why we need you to go deep cover, Chad Shank. Did she call the neighbor names or did she call the dog names? These are facts we need to know.
I'm willing
We're not
to-
like Wolf Blitzer breaking news with no breaking news. We need in-depth, undercover,
I'm willing to delve into this. You give me a number on Hovland Street, and I'll ask this lady what the fuck is going on.
There's only like 5 blocks of Hovland Street. We'll
I'll ask
door
everybody
to
on
fucking
Hovland.
door.
Let's go.
With Chad Shank in his UN helmet.
It'll be a new segment, Door to Door with Chad Shank.
I'm your Jehovah Witness.
You talking to dogs? Motherfucker.
Oh, sorry. Which are they home next door?
I'm sorry. I'm at the wrong door. And that's the Police Beat with Chad Shank. Now back to the podcast, formerly in progress.
This is Bingo. You are listening to the Doug Stanhope Podcast.
And welcome to the first in a series of mayoral debates between the two leading candidates, Ken Lowry and Derrick Barger. Kenny for mayor, at Kenny for mayor with the number 4 on Twitter, and at Derrick for mayor on Twitter with the number 4. Derrick is Derrick. I know that. Does he? We'll find out shortly as the candidates are preparing to deliver their 3-point platform. We lowered it from 5 so they could remember once I tell them. They're preparing with cocktails. This is a town hall event. So Shawnee Gretchen, Jen Luria, the Prime Minister of Tourism in Bisbee, is here. Bree, the prospective First Lady, should Derrick win. Kenny's First Lady is working for a living, paying the bills.
Amen.
And anyone else, if we will open the floor for questions if you should have one. But first, let's introduce Kenny for mayor. Welcome. Thank you, Kenny for mayor. Constituents.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. How you doing? My name's Kenneth Lowry. That's L-A-W, not L-A-U. R-I-E.
Oh, see, the paper spelled it wrong, so now I spell it wrong because of the paper. And that's what you get. It's just like...
Kenny's last name is spelled wrong, but it's spelled exactly the same way as my fake wife's name is in my article.
Absolutely. See, never trust the papers. None of the other candidates for mayor did show up to this debate. Today in the Bisbee Observer, someone wrote a letter to the editor because they had debates on Sunday, and they thanked the 2 candidates that showed up there.
2 out of how many?
Ken Budge and David A. Smith.
7.
2 out of 7.
7. Right.
And they also thanked the other 5 candidates by name for not showing up because it shows how much they care about our community. Well, we announced that we were having this debate on the last podcast, and only 2 of the candidates, Derrick and Kenny, showed up. So, fuck you, guy who writes letters to the Observer.
Thank you very much.
Kenny and Derrick, it's been a contentious run, early stages. There's been a lot of mudslinging, shall we say, even before you knew you were running for mayor against each other. There was a lot of mudslinging back then, and it continues. Right now, and you know what, I will say that the Derrick for mayor people have not really come through with a lot of the merch. There's been a couple of giant Kenny for mayor posters. You know what we have to do, and write this down, we'll do this after the podcast, is get some pictures of, keep taking pictures of the debate, so they have pictures of Derrick to fuck with. And then we got to tweet some just goofy pictures of Derrick that the killer termites can manipulate and get some merch out there, some posters. There was posters. We got drunk like fucking teenagers, gum-chewing teenagers.
Yes.
As I stole from Brendan Walsh the expression. And me and Tracy here, Mrs. Chaille, the Traileys we call you, went down to the corner store where their mayor actually hangs out and smokes cigarettes and posted Kenny for mayor posters. And they get taken down after a couple of days, and then we go out in the middle of the night shit-faced and wobbly, giggling, and put up more.
what we're really looking for is
We need
someone
Derrick.
to pick up the marketing end on Derrick's campaign.
Yeah, and you're Derrick's campaign manager.
The Derrick for mayor campaign got a late start in this race, so it's understandable that we're a little bit behind. But I'm sure there are plenty of killer termites that will be willing to get on the Derrick for mayor boat,
we assume
stay on
even
my
if they
side.
have to jump ship.
Just stay on my side.
We assume someone would at least have a campaign song for Derrick, but so far nothing. But Derrick doesn't really show up. Kenny's here all the time.
Derrick's about the issues.
What issues?
He's not about going out there and like we can already see. And by the way, I am a candidate, or I have not thrown my hat in the ring. I'm undecided. I'm not a bound delegate, right? Is that right?
I am backing
Did I say that right?
Kenny for mayor, and
Thank you.
Chad Shank
Yeah.
is backing Derrick for mayor.
I did switch camps when I found out
What up?
Derrick didn't have anybody
Adequate
at all.
representation.
Yeah.
You're basically a public defender of Derrick.
Yeah, kind of.
I am noticing as an unbound delegate that Kenny is saying a lot of things. Like he's interjecting with yeah.
Well, no.
Like that. And Derrick is listening.
Well, I haven't been introduced, so.
Well,
Pardon
Derrick
me.
was actually
Polite.
resting his face on the microphone earlier. I thought he was going to nap. I wasn't sure what it was. I don't know if I shouldn't point that out.
No,
Someone on his side.
He's your guy,
Yeah,
actually.
sorry, that didn't happen.
It smells heavenly. For some reason, this mic smells like perfume or flowers.
Got his nose on it.
Maybe that's not the mic.
Move to strike.
Listen, the candidates both have prepared opening statements that I didn't tell them they should have. So, Kenny, you're on. Your opening statement.
Yeah. I have an opening statement.
Good start.
Run.
Well, well, I think that, can we pass this question and go to the next one?
Sure. I was in county politics for almost a decade, and I think I have the skin to withstand some Bisbee bullshit. So I'm ready to run for mayor and actually be elected. And Kenny doesn't want to do stuff.
How many
and I do.
signatures do you have?
Whoa. Can we lay down the ground rules here?
There's
that
those
when
ground
one
rules? Yes, sir.
when one person is given the mic, it is customary that you yield that mic. That person gets the mic, and everyone else yields that mic, unless Chad or I or Doug want to chime in with something funny.
Okay. Hey. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So
Got it.
when you say, "Can we move on?" Basically what you said was
I passed the mic.
Yeah.
Okay,
$100,000 pyramid pass. And
Do
Derrick.
we need a speaking torch?
Well, we might need one for
All right,
Kenny, but
let's
Derrick seems to be following the
let's get to
rules.
the issues, because as we stated in the, if the killer termites do in fact make Bisbee the #1 historic small town in America,
Which
according
they
to
did.
USA Today, that we will have this debate. Where you lay out your platform for mayor of Bisbee, and we'll do an online Twitter poll over the weekend, ending Monday, whatever that fucking Monday is. And whoever wins that, the poll on my Twitter, @Doug Stanhope, will get credit in the mayoral campaign for making Bisbee #1. So we're going to lay out your 3-point platforms. Then we're going to pepper you with questions. We're going to cross-examine you. We're going to prostate exam you. We're going to do a lot of things to you. And then we're going to have a town hall. And then the voters will decide, the killer termite voters, who gets credit for making Bisbee #1 in this campaign. Now, your top 3, I'm reading them right here as you wrote them. In my handwriting, your top campaign platform. Let's flip a coin for who goes first. Does anyone have a coin? We'll flip a Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool coaster. Call it in the air.
Tails.
It's heads. Derrick, your top campaign platform is to build a zipline tour over the Lavender Pit for people who have not visited Bisbee but voted for Bisbee. The Lavender Pit is from the copper mines Oh, geez.
A bunch of people just check their phones, listen to the podcast right now.
880 feet is this pit in town. And it's where they dug all the shit out to mine copper. Anyway, it's a huge fucking hole. It would be the biggest zip line tour, highest, tallest zip line tour in America. That would bring some tourist money here.
One would think.
And that's a great platform idea, Derrick. Tell us about your zip line tour idea.
Well, thanks for having me, Doug. I've studied the pit several times as I passed it since you've brought this up almost a decade ago. And I've put a lot of thought into it. And, there's several places we could actually mount a zip line and we could even get higher because as I've looked at it, I'm like, the pit is that deep, but there's a lot of places to increase the size. And the reason for coming to this tour would be because it's the highest. So I think we can get it even higher.
Should we be bested by another higher?
We will dig the pit deeper. We will dig
Open
the
up
pit
the mines.
deeper.
That's what Derrick says. Kenny, oddly, your number one platform campaign idea is also the highest zipline tour in the country over the Lavender Pit. How would your zipline tour differ? Because as candidate Derrick says, he's put a lot of research in driving past the zipline tour. You've actually been arrested beside the Lavender Pit.
Which time was I arrested?
I think that was Officer Bob Friendly that arrested you and said, "Don't
yes.
drink whiskey." How many shots of whiskey have you had?
You don't have to answer that.
So
Conjecture.
thanks for having me, Doug. Yeah, the zip line tour that I was thinking, and it is going to be the highest. We were going to go from the top of the tunnel. I was thinking the Castle Rock, since I'm Castle Rock Kenny, but as to what would you say?
On the nose?
Yes, and but I was thinking 2 zip lines, so you and your wife at the same time could go and make it kind of a race. So because she always wins at home, maybe and you might beat her this time, and she can't argue because hey, you were the last one to cross the pit. I won.
It's kind of like
Did Kenny just say he beats his wife?
No. She beats. I meant to.
We'll open the floor for questions after.
Is this on?
Speculation.
Yeah.
Niagara
Objection.
Falls. They had the stupid tightrope walker. We could get
Walenda.
in the Walenda because that was couples. That was the perennial couples honeymoon destination, Niagara Falls. Now it's a fucking dead soldier. So your couples idea, zip lining, and then maybe we get a Walenda to walk across at one time during the year.
Hey.
Or once a year.
New Year's
Valentine's Day.
Ooh. That's
Something
better.
like today where it's an actual challenge. 50 mile an hour gust.
All right, so you say X Games zipline tour. You say couple zipline tour. All right.
There's going to be some Black Flag days. That's all I'm going to say.
Let's not bring Henry Rollins into this.
No.
All right.
Red flag? Okay.
The second platform, now we go to Kenny. Kenny, there's something in the city charter. Now, for the listener, you have to understand that Bisbee, in the mining days 100-some years ago, was broken up into a lot of different camps. There's at least 13 different town names for every neighborhood because those were camps. So Bisbee as a whole comprises of, we are in Warren. This is where the bosses lived. And there's in the city charter that there cannot be any kind of bar. Alcohol cannot be sold in the township of Warren. Even though it's now Bisbee proper, Warren still doesn't have a bar. That's why we had to build our own, because there's nothing walking distance or smokers walking distance.
There's a commercial district in Warren, but there's no actual bar because you can buy liquor at the express stop.
Yeah, but there's no bar,
Exactly.
and there's nothing.
You can buy beer at the express
Yes,
shop.
you can buy beer. You're right, beer and wine. You can't buy liquor.
You can't make a lovely, what do we call these drinks that I drink? You can't buy a salty dog. Let's say that. It's not a salty
That's not
dog.
it.
Point is, and Arizona Street, the main street of Warren, is barren. They have Mornings Cafe, That's my favorite breakfast spot. And they have Beto's Mexican restaurant, which you assume is closed.
The Stanhope store.
The Stanhope store, where Chaille sells the merchandise. Plug merch.
Cheap T-shirts.
Be a fucking brilliant place for a bar. Kenny's idea.
I'm at the T-shirt printing place down the street.
Yeah, there's a lot of vacant, open window for rent places. Kenny wants to put a bar in there.
Yeah, I'd like to close that T-shirt shop down because it would be a perfect spot for my Hooters. We
Hooters.
Need entertainment in this town, family oriented, where you can drink a beer and stare at some, titties. Even though we're not staring at titties because we with our women, but we are subconsciously staring at titties. That's why we go to Hooters. We love hot wings, but we also love titties. Excuse my language. Anyways, a Hooters would do great for the community. We're not talking Super Elmos or any of that good stuff. We're talking hot young ladies, barely wearing anything, serving you hot wings. What could go wrong?
Now, where do you suggest we find these hot women?
Thank you. That's what I was wondering.
Well, that's a good question, Doug.
Importing hot women has been a struggle Bisbee's had for a long time.
Well, only since the 1800s.
Yeah, since we deported them all. We'd like to import some, so I'd probably go to like RussianGirls.com or something. I don't know. Who knows? I'd find a way.
Not a bad idea.
All right.
Your team is working on it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
All right.
Derrick, oddly, your second platform as mayor for Bisbee also is put a bar on Arizona Street. How would your bar differ from Kenny for mayor?
I definitely would like a Chili's in Bisbee. It's the best franchise, and I've thought about, considered asking them if they'd like to come to Bisbee, and I think it'd be a really good fit for this town because we don't need a lot of the flashy boobies. I don't know. I've never been to a Hooters, so I don't know how it works. It must be close to a strip club as far as I know. But, we don't need that kind of...
Rebuttal, Kenny?
That's just because your old lady will not let you go. That is why you don't want Hooters. Don't get me wrong. My old lady probably won't let me go either, but at least I'll fucking sneak my ass over there. God.
I don't know. Last time I was out with Bree, she did take me to the clown room in L.A., so when we really...
Jumbo's Clown Room is a actual
Jumbo's.
strip joint named one of the best dive bars in America.
She probably got more action than you, but that's besides the point.
This campaign just got negative.
We just sat around judging everybody.
Now, well, Kenny, you said that Derrick only wants Chili's because his gal pal Bree loves Chili's, but you also said it's more of a restaurant.
Yeah, and it's not really a bar. These people want a bar where they can go sit there, hide from their girlfriends or their wives or whatever it is they're hiding from, sulk at the bartender, tell them their day's story, and stumble home.
At a Chili's, you can sit at the bar, get a shot of Jaeger, and hide behind 9-year-olds as a cover.
Don't get me wrong. I do
only
love
have
Chili's.
5 kids, and they're all the same age. I don't.
You've got 5 kids?
At least as long as. Never mind.
I do think that given
you can hide behind
the
Christmas
target
kids.
market of the Warren area, Chili's does sound more feasible than a Hooters.
Yeah, well.
Would you consider an Applebee's a neighborhood bar?
As long as it doesn't involve scantily clad women, as Kenny.
As Kenny said, and I quote, "We love titties and hot wings." So
Hooters is also a
in Bisbee.
restaurant as much as
Really?
It is.
Chili's is.
It's not quite strip club, so your wife can't really bust
Yeah.
you because you're not going to smell like,
It's in Warren. You're
They
gonna
don't have
to
glitter.
depend on locals.
and they don't have glitter. That's a very good point. Get busted with that shit once.
You would have to look at girls from Bisbee in small
they're-
clothing.
well,
Mother Hooters.
if I
They're
can
hiring guys now.
if I can
Hooters has
enter
to
longer
hire guys as
tank
waiters.
So
I'm
are
in
you
Hooters.
are you entering into the gender specific bathroom issue here?
That's a sidebar. How do you feel about gender-specific toilets, Derrick?
Use the toilet that you believe that you. If you dress as a woman and you feel you're a woman, use that toilet. Don't send a transgender person into the male restroom because he has male gender. If he's in a dress and he has long hair and he's dressed as a woman, it's going to creep the fucking guys out in the male
That's
restroom.
a
And think they're
good
going to
point.
get raped.
Yes. How do you feel about that, North Carolina? Yeah. Okay. You want the dude with a dick and a dress to be in your bathroom, not
That's
the
what I'm
ladies'
saying.
bathroom.
Exactly.
Good fucking point, Derek.
That's
Rebuttal,
really,
Kenny?
Are you going to go on a scale like how much of a chick do you look like before you go straight into the women's bathroom? Or if you're a really ugly transgender person, you have to use the men's bathroom because you don't look pretty enough.
And I think that should go for all transgendered people. If you're good enough to trick me,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look,
then I'm buying breakfast in the morning.
That's what it boils
That's
down
what
to.
Derek says. What do you say, Kenny?
I'm not checking out your ID if I'm checking out your tits.
All right,
It's
please
the are you passing?
let Kenny speak.
You make a good point, Derek. I do agree with you somewhat, but you're only speaking of the women's gender. Now, what happens when a guy it used to be a woman and needs to take a piss? Is she able to just walk right into the guy's bathroom and squat on the urinal and take a piss? No, I don't think so. She has to go to the women's bathroom just like that dude does. Has to go to the men's bathroom even though he's wearing a
I've
dress.
thought about this because you do have to sit down in a women's bathroom no matter what, and you can stand up in a men's bathroom, but a transgender person may not be able to stand up and use the restroom, so you have to consider, like, if you want to use the urinal and you're a transgender person and you want to feel normal and you go into the men's bathroom and use the urinal, but if you can't, you have to.
I feel like in transgender, transitioning from
This
a
is
female.
about shitters.
Well, I'm saying transitioning
This is
from a.
about shitters. Someone, killer termites.
have to
Derek, a picture. Derek for mayor. This is about the shitters.
All right, you guys can laugh, but what I was trying to say was, when you're transitioning from a female to a male, isn't the goal to stand at a urinal?
I don't care. I got little drops of pee coming out my dick. I have been in the women's bathroom because some douchebag spent 10 minutes in the men's bathroom. I don't care what sex he is or what gender. I have to pee.
You know that person that spent 10 minutes in the bathroom was a dude in a female's dress putting on his makeup because he did not look good and he smudged it after doing what he did in the toilet. I'm sorry. He needed to take his time and you had to use the women's bathroom. That is illegal on your part.
All right. You bring up an interesting point with 10 minutes in a stall in a bathroom. What are they doing in there? Methamphetamine in this town. It's a problem. It's a scourge. It's an epidemic, methamphetamine. Kenny, as mayor, if you were to have the way they do guns for cash or guns for toys in inner cities that have gun problems, if you were going to do a methamphetamine exchange program, what drug would you trade to meth addicts in return for turning in meth?
Well,
what's a better drug?
As a past partier, I would have to say, and I've made the mistake of. Anyways.
Methamphetamine.
Yes.
You were on top of Castle Rock, spun out of
my fucking
gills
gourd.
on top
Hold
of
on.
the spire of Castle
Wait
Rock.
a minute.
Threatening to jump for the listeners. He was threatening to jump. He made the front pages of the Observer.
Barely.
Press that you have
Barely.
never accomplished.
His drug history is not on trial here. I believe we've run off the rails
I am
here.
saying
Let's
he
get
has
back on track.
experience.
But that's okay. I have experience with that. And what I would do is I would tell all those addicts to say, here, I will give you a bottle of Adderall for all of your meth, and we will see how that goes. And if it does not work, which it will not because you will all go to sleep, we will have a problem, and I will have all their meth. So I will sell it.
Who the
back
hell's
to them.
funding
so
this?
you would say put
Just kidding.
methamphetamine addicts on Adderall.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Lighter doses. It's kind of a methadone
Scheduled.
program. Derek, what drug would you suggest as a better alternative to the methamphetamine that has not only raped and abused this town, but also launched it to the #1 spot in USA Today?
Really, just me? Just
What's
me?
a better
Are we all
drug?
happy about this? Are we all happy about Bisbee #1?
What drugs have you done that you could say, hey, 18-year-old kid with that flat screen TV in your hand as you jump through a broken window and over a fence? What's a better drug?
hiking up a nice trail is a really good high. Spending time with your friends.
I'm not going to allow you to dodge the questions. What's a better illegal narcotic?
Spending time with your friends, smoking pot.
Sir, you're going to answer the question.
He said it.
Spending time with your friends smoking pot on a nice trail.
Pot is not a drug nor narcotic.
If you can make it up the trail long enough to
Either
smoke
candidate
the pot,
that jumped on the hallucinogen trail that was the easy option would have fucking raked in numbers. But you do say pot. You say smoking pot.
He said trails.
Is not a gateway drug. It's a good alternative. Now Kenny has he's been a methamphetamine addict, but he smokes pot.
Yes.
Is it a step down?
No, it actually helps you sleep and eat after, the effects.
What Kenny meant to say was allegedly, and then keep talking.
Allegedly, yeah, it helps you eat, sleep, and function as a normal human being.
And those are two of the three things that you're great at.
Yeah,
Pause for it to absorb.
Smoking weed, and what is the other one?
Sleeping and eating.
Yeah, sleeping and eating.
Human being.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at some of those things, but
Hold on, Kenny's going to take a hike real
I'm
quick.
going to let him blabber on this one for a while. I'm going to hold this hit it as long as I can.
Hold on, let me get in on this deliberation.
You want to take a hike too?
Yeah.
All right.
What drug would I suggest? Whatever kind of, if you know the trail, take hallucinogens. If you don't know the trail, just smoke some pot. Just whatever you do, get to the end of the trail and fucking enjoy yourself. That's the high.
Sure. He's got a good point, but as from my point of view goes, because I experienced most of them, and hallucinogens are one of my favorites, but it kind of touches the inside a little bit, and I don't want to get that touchy-feely with myself, so I tend to just smoke weed. And
Okay, we have questions from MySpace.
We're just gonna let that go.
yeah.
We have some
Touchy
questions.
inside.
We have some
Works
questions.
for us. Derrick for mayor.
We invited everyone on MySpace to ask questions. This was selected randomly.
At myspace.com.
Arizona does... MySpace.com. Did you just plug that?
It may have been Justin Timberlake.
This is a question for both candidates. Derrick, you can answer first. Arizona has no daylight savings. We don't change our clocks. And it's daylight savings has been regarded as pointless, and they're trying to get rid of it nationwide. We don't have it here. What's your stance on daylight savings time?
Well, thanks, Doug. Actually, I've thought about this a lot since I moved to Arizona because I grew up in Missouri and we changed time, and I was against it because it fucked with my head. I showed up for work 3 years in a row, an hour early. And so when I moved here, I was really glad that the time didn't change. But I visited St. Louis during last summer with Bree. She actually took me to visit my parents, and it was late, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the evening, and there was still daylight. So when I came back here, the time doesn't change. So here it's 8 o'clock, the sun's down, and in Missouri it was 9:30, and you could still do stuff. So I'm definitely for Arizona joining the daylight savings time now, even though my whole life I was against it because I didn't understand. I thought it was for farmers and it's all bullshit. But actually, when you're a partier and you want to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, and party until late, at least the sun goes down past 8 o'clock.
All right. And Kenny, how do you feel about daylight savings time?
Objection, leading the witness.
Actually, he could do
does
no worse
have a
than what
chance to
Derrick just said.
respond.
At least I put thought into it before this.
Well, you're 100% wrong, but go ahead, Kenny.
It wasn't written down for you.
Follow the script, Derrick.
Well, I want it to make 420 earlier for 6 months. And,
Explain that.
Well, I like
it's daylight savings
No, not
time.
you.
Who?
He's looking at you, Kenny.
Oh, okay. so that I can, enjoy 420 more, and the public can have more parades and enjoy 420 in the park.
At 320.
At 320 instead of 420, and then at 420 we can enjoy it again.
You do realize that it can be 420 all day.
You realize that I gave Derrick this answer before we started this, and he fucking missed it?
That was
so I gave it to you, and you can't even read it?
I did. Was that a reading test?
I did read it.
I gave them both this fucking joke earlier.
Yeah.
They missed it.
Equal playing field. All right. I withdraw my objection.
That has nothing to do with the fact that it was 420 earlier.
I love that Derrick has counsel here, but Kenny does not.
I have nothing. I'm getting killed.
No. Derrick needs counsel. So does Kenny. I'm wondering where Kenny's counsel is.
All right. Let's.
The guy writing down shit for him.
Listen,
what are you talking about?
People can't see that. Don't
I'll
fucking
tell
break
it.
the fourth
He's
wall.
way better at defending himself. He's been in the legal system for 20.
This is true. But you know what?
Kenny, don't.
But you know what? I have been there. And yes, I've kind of called the cops on you once.
Kind of.
That was because you were going to get beat up and I was saving your ass. I'm sorry. That was before this election.
2 weeks ago.
Now I'm just going to let it happen. Yes, I'm a pothead and I love 420. So yes, I wanted to be 320 earlier, and you thought about yours, and I had to have somebody write it down because I forgot, because I do enjoy 420 a lot more than you. Thirdly, and how do I? Oh, I know the system because. Thirdly, I know the system because yes, I have experienced the system inside and out.
Good point.
Really good point. All times against my will that I can remember.
Oh, you were never arrested. Like with your will?
Well, I think I don't think I remember most of my arrests.
I think I thought of this while I was driving to Safeway the other day, that some of the less recognized candidates for mayor who get all the headlines keep debating about public services, fire department, police. One of the candidates, the sitting mayor, is pro, and the other one's against, like, too much funding. But Kenny has the unique ability of saying, I use these services because he's gotten arrested a lot, where Derrick never gets arrested despite Kenny's best intentions. So Kenny can be the pro-police candidate because he actually, I'm not only the president, but I'm also a client.
I do help pay the bills. It has been a while since my last wrongful arrest.
Yeah, how much bail have you paid in this town, Derrick?
I got a speeding ticket in 1999 because I was
that is
in a
not
hurry.
In Bisbee.
No, I mean that's the only infraction. I had a speeding ticket in '99. I think that was
don't
my
let them
last.
use your clean record against you, Derrick. It's a positive thing. They're just trying to spin it.
That's okay.
You're coming off better than the criminal.
I am.
Kenny is not on disability. The taxpayers do not pay for Kenny, unlike Derrick. And
yes.
Not only does Kenny work for a living, he also spends some of that money on bail, which comes right back into the system. Buy a local.
Funding the community.
If your candidate for mayor is not smart enough to manipulate government systems, what makes you think he should be a part of that system?
All right, moving on. Let's get to your third platform. I believe this goes back to Kenny. No, Derrick. You think to spike tourism in Bisbee, not only should Bisbee be the #1 small historic town in America, according to the largest newspaper in America. Woo! Yeah, woo. You think we should take the bold step of bringing a national sports team to Bisbee. We do have the Tucson Saguaros, a.k.a. Bisbee Killer Termites, that'll be playing May 22nd through July 24th every Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Warren Ball Field.
But that's just part-time. We're talking about full-time.
So you want to bring a national sports team to Bisbee, as far as you know. And what sports team? What sport? Elaborate.
Of course, baseball is one of the most entertaining things you can do in Bisbee. It's spectacular when different people come into town from these kids are from everywhere, and baseball is admired by this community with the oldest baseball field in the country, and a lot of history here. I mean, all the names that
Warren
played
Ballfield
here.
is arguably, because there's another town that tries to claim it, the
Fuck that
oldest
town.
working. Fuck that town. They're number 2. What is
Who
it,
are they?
Thomasville, Georgia?
are
Suck
they?
my dick, Thomasville, Georgia.
Bitches.
Babe Ruth, Shoeless Joe, the names that have been through this town just to see the ballpark. Even some of the bigger names in baseball came to town just to play here.
I will remind the listener, Joby and I went to the ballpark on acid once, and Babe Ruth's granddaughter was there, like pitching a book or something, and they introduced us to her, and I just started telling her how we're tripping our balls off on acid, and she's like 68 or 400 and something years old, and she just stared at us. I go, we should stop this conversation right now, Joby. We made ourselves sit in the outfield where no one sits. You have to actually walk across the ballpark to get to the outfield. So yeah, Babe Ruth and Shoeless Joe do have a history at the Warren Ballpark. So your
More
idea,
names than you can mention on the podcast.
or recognize.
for sure, because they're all dead before we were born.
So your answer is, what sports team are you going to try to lure here? It's a baseball team.
Oh, for sure. Baseball's always been big in Bisbee, and
I keep waiting for you to say baseball has been very good to me.
Very good.
What team? You have to pick a team. You want to move here.
Yeah,
You're going to relocate a team from another city to Bisbee.
Well, as a drag racing fan, I'm going to say the St. Louis Rams.
That's not a baseball team.
Okay.
Or a drag racing team.
Okay, he wants to bring the St. Louis Rams.
God damn it. We were doing so good.
So, is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead, Kenny.
Are we just going to leave it there?
We can't
So-
end on that. That's
Sling
fucking-
mud. No, Kenny gets to sling mud. But
All right. So, as your St. Louis Rams baseball team will be entering the old Warren Bisbee ballpark, I'll be introducing the pro basketball team.
okay, you think on that, because I want to get this out. I tried to write it down and I forgot where I was going. The killer termites also were responsible. We were at the Warren Ballpark, where the Bisbee killer termites will be playing every Sunday. A long time ago, they needed seed money to get a grant and had a GoFundMe page to get new toilets for the stadium. I'll call it a stadium because the other ones didn't work. And but to get the grant, they needed to get a percentage of the grant, so they had a GoFundMe page. No one went to it. Killer termites got the seed money. They got the grant. The ballpark toilets have been built on the first base line, and I promised you that if we got it done, I would put up a killer termites plaque. So that is in the notes. Jen Luria has that. If I have to screw the fucking thing in myself like a vandal, a killer brought to you by the killer termites will be above the fucking new bathroom. I don't know if they're stalls or urinals.
Every time they tear it down, we'll put it back.
So,
Yeah, we should do it that way anyway. It sounds more fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does the new bathroom have any windshields? That's what I want to know.
a new windshield. All right.
I don't.
It's foul balls go over and they hit parked car windshields, and then we clap.
cinder block construction, and they're full bathrooms. Men's room has 2 urinals and one
Maybe
shitter.
we should just do a commercial for
I
this
noticed
later.
when I drove by today that there was a lot of cones and dug up earth next to the new bathrooms. It didn't really
New
bode
bathrooms
well.
are done.
That's
I don't
Bisbee
know. No,
in general. There's
That-
lots of cones and
it's
dug up.
done. There's nothing that has to be. I mean,
They're all dug
Right?
up.
Kenny for mayor will fix the cones, won't you? But
Yeah.
let's get back to the pro sports
Basketball
team.
team. Kenny said.
I meant to say an NFL team because basketball doesn't really vibe well in Bisbee. I play it and it doesn't go well. Nobody knows the rules. So
So you're saying bring more black people to Bisbee?
I was thinking Canadian football, a Canadian team.
Wait,
And-
did Kenny just backstep? He first
Hang
said
on.
basketball and then went to football. What happened?
Because we talked over him. Hang on. Canadian football, the NFL is trying. This is not me, by the way. That's a fucking genius Kenny move.
off script.
NFL is always trying to get into London. He's trying to get CFL
Into Bisbee.
into Bisbee. Well,
We have plenty of Canadian tourists that come down here.
He's only doing that because he knows I'm completely against
Please
Canadians.
give him
Please,
time. Give
sir.
him time.
You're completely against baseball, as I
Hold your
quote.
racist comments, Trump.
Anyways,
Kenny just backstepped into a
CFL
hot
team.
fudge sundae.
I love football, and I think it would go perfect here in this town. That is all I have to say about
Where?
that. I'll get back to you. It at the same place that the baseball is played. We got 2 different seasons. We can have it in the middle of the season if we have to.
For the record, Warren Ballfield also when it
Transforms.
spreads out is the
High
high school
school.
football.
Look into left center. You can see the
Allegedly.
field goals in the back.
Allegedly, the Bisbee Pumas own the pick in the longest.
Yeah, 3 in a row, 3 years in a row, as you should know.
It's
because of one block Bane's kid.
No, one block spin kid didn't even play. It was because of the Schuler kid. Spencer. He had 3,000 plus reception yards,
How many
27
games-
touchdowns. You don't even want to know.
Where did you get those numbers from? Because you didn't
I went
even
to
go
the
to
games.
one.
Oh, I got film. You want to see the film and the evidence? I got it. It's
On a
right
podcast,
here.
that'd be great.
On my phone. I'm just letting you know. I could pull it up for him. But anyways, I love me some sports, and that's all there is to it. A Canadian football team. I'd love to see it. It would make a difference. Zip line straight to your Canadian football team. Favorite, Bisbee, fucking turquoise blue. I don't care what you name it. Let's do it.
after party at Hooters. Derek,
sir.
your closing remarks.
In reference to
And in reference to why
Kenny?
people should vote for you on my
Oh,
Twitter
vote my-
account through the weekend.
and
till-
follow me on Twitter at Derrick for Mayor 4 as a number DERICK as Doug says it.
I think you missed an R in your own name. Right
Man,
Oh, I didn't.
You opened it up.
just-
with it.
man,
Yeah.
I was gonna.
No,
We were doing so well.
it
You
was
just bombed yourself.
It was-
You can't even spell your own name.
It was
Sir,
Maybe someone bought
I
both of them
joked
for him.
about
This
it
is
at the
slander.
beginning, and he. My what do you call that? Image
Self-fulfilling
board.
prophecy.
We can listen to this later, and I'm sure I got both of those R's in there.
no,
I
no.
think you just stretched an R
I might have
like a
slurred it.
Japanese person.
R
said
DERICK 4.
Finish strong, Derek. Finish strong, Derek.
Derrick for mayor.
Any closing comments,
for-
Kenny?
oh, what?
Go ahead, Derek.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
You're not done.
Derrick. No,
Well,
Derrick.
vote for Derrick for mayor because I've had experience in politics for years and I know how the system works and I can get things done. And I can't even get Kenny to do anything. He doesn't even like to watch me work. So I don't know how he's going to get anything done for this town. And even if I get elected and don't do anything, I'll still get more done than Kenny does.
Okay, Kenny.
Okay. Maybe I don't like to get stuff done as fast as you, but at least oh God, you make me so mad. I can't even say anything. Anyways,
Hold on, let me take your phone. Don't call 911.
so watching you work is like watching my taxes go into your pocket as you're busting your broken leg to do things that I don't understand.
You can come over to my house and
I come
watch
over to
me-
your house to smoke weed and watch goddamn Price is Right. Not fucking work. Do stoner things, not put together car radiators and fucking take apart the car. I don't know how to do that shit. I like to watch game shows. That's what I do. Fear of the Walking Dead. Shit like that. Stoner things. You know? Things we do every day. Things you have sold me out on. Things you do not fucking do with me. But that's okay. Anyways, so what was the question?
Is that your closing statement?
I think you've said it all. Kenny.
And at least I can spell my own name. That's Kenny for Mayor, KENNY 4, as in the number 4, Mayor, MAYOR.com.
Derrick for mayor. Just
You know,
and at
skip over
Twitter.
his
and at
page
Twitter
or
at
whatever.
Castle Rock Kenny. You'll
No,
find it.
no. Kenny for mayor.
Kenny
Just
for Mayor.
at Kenny
It's-
for mayor.
It's Kenny.
We're
Sorry.
going to turn those over to you at the end of this campaign. Please go to where's that? Just follow my Twitter. We're going to put up a poll tomorrow morning on at Doug Stanhope.
It's up right now.
Oh, it's up right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so vote for who you think deserves credit for making Bisbee number 1 in this
Bisbee
mayoral.
number 1!
Yeah, Bisbee number 1.
Bisbee number 1. we know you get the credit. Now, in the mayoral campaign, who do you think should get the credit just in the campaign? Because we know you, #Killer Termites, will have new fun shit. Eventually, we'll do something that actually helps people. But in the meantime, we have some thank yous we have to do. Poll ends noon PST on Monday, May 2nd. That's 2016. I had to think of what year it was. It's been a long life. Thank yous. Chaille, what do you got?
Oh, shit. I thought you were going to start.
Wait, hang on.
I thought we were taking a break before thank yous.
Fuck it.
No,
let's get this done.
Thank you.
That
All right, we got
campaigns.
Hot
Stay seated.
thank yous. Hot thank you. Thank you for Tracy for making all the drinks tonight.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tracy.
Tracy.
She puts the TR in Chaille.
Tracy, who sent the Chilkoot Charlie's ticket stub from Leonard Skinner in 1989, sponsored by Chilkoot Charlie's?
Didn't open it, Doug did.
Oh, who sent me
That was inside a Bible.
Oh, okay. So that's Herb.
Oh, yeah.
I prefer herb.
He sent us
Leg.
that, and he also sent Chad and I $20 each.
Can we smoke
thank
that
you, Herb.
Bible?
And this ticket stub is hilarious because it's the bar.
Chilkoot
Tracy-
Charlie's is the bar in Alaska that Chaille and Tracy met at, worked at, helped.
It's before I even got there, 89, Leonard Skinner. And they played at the Sullivan, but
Coots promoted it.
And then we got another, this is from a guy.
Well, I have a story about that
Yeah,
one.
so this is.
Give it to Chad.
No. This guy sent me cash, which
Yeah, I didn't open
thank you so
Chaille's.
much. But Chad got something else. So you give the props to the guy.
Well, this is a guy who messaged me on Facebook and said,
Oh, is that Trippy Trip?
Trippy Trap.
Trippy
Trap.
Trippy
He
trap.
said, I
you.
have a package that I wanted to send you guys, but it's probably not meant for the mail. And he asked me to meet him at a local...
Specifically, what did he say? Meet me at the regular.
Well, yeah, it's the regular corner drug deal place that everybody knows, and he knew it was iconic as well as I did. So I was like, all right, he's all right. And I figured he's going to give me some weed. you know?
He said that, and Chad knew exactly what he was talking about. No, nothing else was confirmed.
Yeah, the corner gas station where everybody exchanges drugs. So we go over and I meet him up there, and he was a really nice young guy, and I felt weird about it, of course, but the only reason I did it is because I wanted to make a story, because Stanhope asked me, do you have any stories? And I always just go, So I thought I'd make up a story. First, I thought the guy might want to fight me. I was kind of hoping. I was like, maybe this guy wants to get in a fight at the corner store.
It's weird what your imagination
I know.
does to you.
And then he ended up to be a super
Misconnections,
fucking nice guy
Craigslist.
who, when I tried to make small talk and be like, so have you lived here your whole life? And he's like, I gotta go. I was like, yeah.
Weirder than you.
Yeah, I was like, I like this guy. But I didn't know what I was
Walking
taking back.
into.
He handed me a box, and so I was like, can I open
box?
Yeah, like a box. And he says, can I open
What's
it?
in the box?
I said,
What's
can
in
I
the
open
box?
it right here? And he goes, I guess so. And I opened up and I smelled weed, which is kind of what I figured when he said, I have a box for you that, it's better off not going to mail. And I
That or a bomb.
closed it, and I was like, it smells really good. Thanks a lot. And I get home and I open it up, and there's like 4 quarter-ounce bags of medicinal weed. There's some cards with...
Explain this to me, because I don't know. I don't smoke, so I don't know weights and
an
measures.
ounce of
Give me
medicinal...
a fucking
an
dollar
ounce,
amount.
an ounce... That's what I was going to do. An ounce of medicinal weed is $300 or upwards. This was good quality medicinal weed. In addition to that, he gives me a container of wax. Weed wax. I don't even know the value of that because I don't even know where to get
That's
it.
concentrated weed.
That's like $40 a gram.
In addition to that, he gives me 2.
Kenny for mayor says.
In addition to that, he has 2 cards of like shatter, which I donated to Kenny for mayor and Derrick for mayor.
What's this lingo the kids are talking nowadays?
it's
Where's a dime bag?
mean?
Concentrated THC is what it boils down to.
right.
So, a significant amount of cannabis-related material. I was
Dollar amount, Kenny? Derrick?
Worst drug deal ever, by the way.
Yeah. Set up, but that's okay.
Well, worst and best.
At the same time.
One person got a great deal.
Yeah, and Chad's
Wait,
got
wait,
his
he's not
fucking
done.
pants
Chad-
up his ass the whole time, pucker button, thinking he might be getting handed a bomb or a
Not
hat
at all.
or a
I
fucking...
was completely comfortable with
It was the. It
This
had
is
to
a
have
guy
been
who
by
planned a
Cloud9.
suicide by cop.
Yeah,
You think he's fucking worried?
my worst case scenario was this is a guy who wanted to fight me, which was also my best case scenario. So it was a win-win story for me.
I thought whole New Jack City type gone wrong, but that's okay.
Well, I didn't know there was that much in there. I opened it a little bit. I smelled
You're not
weed.
done.
I wanted to say, I told him thanks. I left. As soon as I got home and opened it up and I saw the dollar amount total, I would put like $700.
Maybe 8.
Wow.
Yeah, that's weed related material.
Anything else?
Then I messaged him and I told him I had no idea, or else I would have fucking kissed you on the mouth. Because, otherwise I wouldn't have just shook your hand and said nice to meet you.
Later.
But he said, "Did you find everything?" And one of the things he told me was to put the stuff in foil in the refrigerator as I left. So I told him, I'm opening the stuff in foil now. I open it up and it says DMT on it.
Ooh.
So I'm like, is that...
That needs to be chilled, like
Is that-
diabetes medication?
I don't know. I've never come across it before.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to do it. The first time I ever heard of it was on XM Comedy Radio, where Joe Rogan was talking about doing it with Stanhope. So I wanted to do it from a long time ago, and then now I know myself well enough to know that my mind's too fragile and I probably won't do DMT.
I still regret it.
That's a mind-blowing
I don't
experience.
regret it, but I wouldn't do it again.
The story explains why you feel like the way you do.
But I was like, is that what it says on it? He's like, yeah. So I put that in the refrigerator, and he says, check the cigarettes, and there's an old.
I have it right here. It's like a joke.
I knew that one was for Stanhope right away. Concord 100s English cigarettes.
It looks
like-
like candy cigarettes.
It's like a Joy Buzzer from 1965, where it's a pack of cigarettes that look like candy cigarettes, but when you open it from the side, a little dickhead pops out. A little plastic dickhead goes, twing! So that's funny.
Yeah, I knew right away that one was for you, except for when I slid it out, also was a small bag with LSD.
It flew right at your face like a dick.
That's very fucking nice.
All of which have been flushed down the toilet.
Just say no.
There is no,
Not the cash, but
Toilet.
Thanks.
What toilet?
Thanks.
Kenny, mayor of the sewers.
Thanks for the thought, though, Trippy Trap.
Yes, thank you for that.
Fantastic fellow. I have your phone number on my Facebook, and I may text you for other reasons, not related to drugs.
Honestly, seriously, please do not mail drugs to the house. I love all the goofy shit you send. We don't shit where we eat. We don't want any problems. I have enough money that I can buy drugs if we want drugs. Do not mail drugs, but mail other shit to 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona, 85603. And we love all the legal shit. Quickly, the rest of the Fat Mouth Cosgrove. Let me read this.
Oh, did you? This is the end of your thank yous? Trace.
That was a thank you to Trippy Trap. This is the letter I got. Kenny, not only did he get the 3x5 vinyl banner that says Kenny for Mayor with a bunch of bogus sponsors, someone sent a full wall-size poster of Kenny for Mayor, Castle Rock Kenny for Mayor, and it's Kenny as Abe Lincoln. If you, I saw it on Twitter. This guy,
fucking beautiful.
It's fucking awesome.
Gorgeous.
Thank you a lot.
Doug, this guy must have sent something before, but I don't know what it was. It was not the same guy. Well, God damn it. The San Diego Comedy Club that sent the banner. I should plug him again, because he says he's sending a Derrick for Mayor banner to go.
If he would have just sent his name, we would remember it.
Go pull out the
Comedy
banner.
Palace.
Comedy Palace in
Comedy
San
at
Diego.
the Palace.
Comedy at the Palace in San Diego.
Comedy at the Palace in San Diego. This guy sent something, but he wrote with the new poster of Kenny for Mayor as Abe Lincoln with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Like a merged picture.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Morphed.
Yes, it says, it took a lot more stealth to get this one past my employer. I told anyone who asked that it was a package of curtain rods. It worked for Lee Harvey Oswald, and it worked for me. Signed, Fat Mouth Cosgrove.
Nice job.
Good
Thanks.
job,
Thank you
Fat
very
Mouth.
much.
Thanks a lot, Fat Mouth.
It's printed on canvas. Did you say that?
On canvas.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
fucking gorgeous.
Oh, man.
Oh, I
And,
thought that was paper.
And Josh, I never finished writing that note. Josh sent a postcard, and he said he's from Caldwell, Idaho. He said, mention Crouch, Idaho, because I'm thinking of moving there. Crouch, Idaho is a small town of like 400 people in
On the way to
off-season.
Boise, going east.
I lived there. And
We halfway ate there on the way back.
Oh,
in
that's
that
right. We were going to
horrible
stay there.
Tour that
Fuck,
we went
I
on.
forgot you were there.
Uncle Bill. My Uncle Bill he met us out there in Boise.
In Boise, yeah, we were going to stay in Crouch because I lived there. And it's in the book, Digging Up Mother, which you can pre-order, the whole Crouch event of my life, living in a town of 400 people with no pussy when I was fucking 22 years old, 21, I don't know.
Maybe that
Pre-order.
maybe that describes the stink eye that we got there when we were run out of town like Frankenstein.
Well, if you read the book,
It was fucking scary, but we did just have 11-hour drive on a hangover through the mountains. So,
but if
we
you
were
read the book, you
sketched
find out why Doug almost had pussy, or he lost his pussy in Crouch.
Oh no, that was all right. It kind of
It's
the
enough.
book. Pre-order it now, please. Pre-order it and then charge it back on your credit card. This is what we used to do in telemarketing days. You'd call your friend, "Hey, order this," and then charge it back because I'll get the commission and I'll quit before they know. Anyway, that's it for the thank yous. Lou Graham evidently lives in Sierra Vista from Foreigner, and I just tweeted him to get him. It's Graham is Gramm. I think it's Graham Lou.
I thought there was an
It
H
is.
in
No,
there.
I found it on
Really?
Twitter. I said, "Hey, come on the podcast. That would be great."
Well, I followed someone else through high school.
Stock said one of your platforms, Kenny and Derrick, should be change this sign from Bisbee Historical Landmark to Hysterical Landmark. Love that idea.
Number
I got
one,
the spray paint.
Shady Dell should be a National Historical Site. And fuck. Oh, yeah, we need a sign that says campaign headquarters. Chaille rented a shop down on Arizona Street, the site of the new Hooters or Subway. I know you guys have
Coming
Chili's.
soon. Coming soon.
Chili's, whatever.
Subway.
Yeah. So all the posters are going up on the barren main street of Warren, the Warren section of Bisbee. They're all going up there.
Actually, there's an area.
All the podcast listeners will head there and check it out.
There are so many vacancies. We could just put posters everywhere every day.
And in the upcoming and coming soon, because she has shit to do, the new Doug Stanhope eBay yard sale, where I counted at least 43 of my sport coats as well as other shit. I have a residual check, a royalty check from Premium Blend that I just got. I filmed in 2001. It was for 9 cents, but they took out 4 cents in taxes.
Yeah.
So it's a check for 5 cents. That will be going up for sale, autographed. So in case you need to cash it.
Fully endorsed.
Oh, endorsed on the back, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.
be endorsed on the. We get a lot of shit. That's coming up soon, so stay tuned for the eBay yard sale. Bingo has some of her outfits going up. There's going to be a lot of shit that's coming up soon. So we'll.
In February, when you had your shows, I took off my security red jacket and my camel hair jacket and threw them in the back of my truck, and they're now under 4 feet of trash. What are those worth?
Well,
Shit. Probably-
eBay will decide.
Probably a good amount. That fucking whoever did the graphics for Chad Shank's Bisbee police beat.
Oh, yeah,
that was fucking good.
and I wanted to thank whoever put that together because my wife doesn't listen to the podcast for obvious reasons, but I could show her that to show
Your
her
wife Lori.
What? Yeah, my wife Lori. Our
The
4 daughters.
My last
Call her
name.
Piyama.
But I could show her that without,
Yeah, it
giving
makes her
away all
happy.
the horrible fucking stuff that I say.
Redbox fucking banged me again for $99, but it's a recent credit card, the last credit card statement. Banged me again for a movie that I returned the fucking movies. So I'm just going to reject that through Visa. So you can stop with the out of order on Redbox, but keep up the Operation Cover Up. is my thing I do at Safeway. Anytime you're in line at your grocery store, cover up all the tabloids with a cool magazine. Just something nebulous. I use Arizona Highways or Phoenix, something with hey, here's a healthy diet thing. People have been tweeting me pictures and I try to retweet them, but don't cover up tabloids with worse shit. Just find one thing, Time Magazine, Newsweek, something. Modern knitting, something that's not tabloid. So hashtag Operation Cover Up is when you're in line at the checkout. Just put one magazine in front of everything that tells you about Kardashians or fucking Jenners or whoever, Michael Douglas is dying, all that fucking horrible shit you don't want to know. Cover it up. Tweet me the picture. I'll retweet it. Derrick has something in closing.
I was at Safeway the other day and I went to cover up someone in Arizona Highway and Bree was getting some and walked up behind me. He's like, "Did you cover that?" And I'm like, "No, Doug already beat me to it."
Yeah,
I got to cover 2 of them, but one of them was already. You already beat me to it.
They're already covered up at Safeway because of everybody else. So apparently, you guys are on it.
Yeah, well, you, the listeners, please continue that. Thank you very much. We have I have to close this podcast, and we have close it out with what?
Say good night, Gracie.
No, we can't do Castle Rock Kenny for mayor. That would be biased.
Oh, a song.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll close with something. Thank
Reverend
you, thank you,
Derrick for
Killer
mayor.
Termites. Bisbee's number one. Bisbee's number one. Bisbee's number one.
Hi, this is Jen Luria, Prime Minister of Bisbee Tourism. I'd like to thank all the killer termites who voted Bisbee to be named #1 historic small town in America. Now, we'd love for you to actually visit. Please follow us on Twitter @BisbeeInfo or visit discoverbisbee.com for all the upcoming unique events, as well as many choices in dining, accommodations, and attractions. And, if you're lucky, maybe a trip to the Funhouse to meet the family that is the Stanhope Shotclog Podcast.